to Neptuna Tarot. My name is Cassidy and I'm so grateful you clicked on today. So today we are going to be doing the topic, why are you so freaking lovable? And yes, it is exactly that question I'm asking. Why are you so freaking lovable? So this is going to kind of be like a hype you up reading. It's going to be just really gassing you up, filling you up with some compliments and good energy to carry through, and just to kind of know that, you know, people notice, people love this and that about you, and you should cherish those things too. So we have three lovely options to choose from. Pile 1, 2, and 3, they were all shuffled. So pile number 1, you shuffled Amethyst, Intuition, and Healing. All right, pile number 2, you shuffled Citrine, Happiness, and Abundance. All right, and finally, pile number 3, you shuffled Fluorite, Peace, and Positivity. All right, we have 3 really beautiful options to choose from today, so I'm very, very excited. There will be a 30-second meditation, give you some more time with the cards so you can decide which pile is for you. If you're still struggling to decide which pile is calling out to you, you can also check out the description box down below with the timestamps. I always shuffle songs from my ginormous playlist. You never know what's gonna come out there, so that can be a very interesting way to choose your pile based on either music, the imagery. For me personally, I actually use numerology, so I will add up the numbers for the timestamps and I will choose my pile based on numerology most of the time. So that's a fun fact about me. So you really can decide any way you like, any way you connect with spirit, any way, you know, you communicate with the universe, you know, and for me, I use numerology quite a bit. So very cool. Like I will instantly know, oh, this is a number 6, this is for me. You know, I'm a number 6 in numerology, so for me, that's usually a sign for me that this is my pile. But obviously, there's other numbers that go along with different people and things and energies. So yeah, I'm going to stop yapping now and we will go ahead and get into the reading. See you at your pile. Welcome, pile number 1. You chose Amethyst, Intuition, and Healing. Okay, so I was getting wise old woman in the woods energy from you very much. There's a lot of wisdom, and one thing that I find interesting with this energy is wisdom to me, like intelligence, is so much has so much to do with comedy. It has so much to do with like people that are funny are typically more intelligent. They're quicker, they're wittier, they're wiser. And so I feel like it's interesting that your energy is coming through as somebody very wise, but at the same time somebody who is very funny and like quick-witted, and people like associate you with like mental banter. Like they can have like a mental, like a bounce back and forth is what I'm seeing. Yeah, like a tennis back and forth. You guys can bounce off of each other, and it's really fun because it's like somebody who gets it, somebody who's intelligent, and you know, somebody who's also clever, like funny. So what makes you so lovable is your cleverness, is your intelligence, your wisdom, your humor, especially. For some reason, I just heard humor is healing, and I was brought to, my eyes were brought to the word healing on the card, intuition and healing. So it's like this wise intuition, but at the same time, it's like your humor is something that's very healing for people. It's refreshing. It kind of makes people stop taking themselves so seriously as well, because in a way you make humor look, in a way you make humor look like the smart choice. Like the smart thing to do in a situation is like not taking yourself so seriously, having humility as well. So people really love that your humor is also like a sign of humility. It's like a sign of like, I can make jokes. I can even make jokes about myself at times, you know, not to a point where you're so self-deprecating, but it's like you can crack a joke at your own expense, and it's not something that you're gonna like cling on to or hold a grudge with. So with the tarot here, we got Page of Pentacles immediately came out, desire, willpower, opportunity. We have Shang here and the horse, and I feel like people love that you still have so much to build and so much to like grow and expand. Like it's almost like people feel like this is just the beginning. You're still a student in a lot of ways. You're still growing, you're still learning. So I think that's also, once again, another sign of intelligence here, because for me, the way that I associate enlightenment, or like, I guess I shouldn't say associate, the way I define enlightenment in my own mind is accepting that you will never know everything, accepting that you will always have room to grow and to learn and to expand. Like that's literally what your energy is showing, is that you are in ways enlightened, you are wise, you kind of understand where you're going, but you're not quite there all the way. It's like people are very excited about the potential that you represent, and they recognize that you have a lot of desire and willpower for whatever goals that you are chasing, whatever you are focused on at this time. People really see that fire in your eyes. But what's also really, really interesting about you, Pile 1, and what's so lovable, what's so freaking lovable, is the fact that we have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. We have the Five of Pentacles. So with those energies coming in, I feel a sense of unlucky, a sense of somebody who has been through a lot of loss, somebody who has been in a place of grief and loss and insecurity, not having enough. I don't know why. What makes you so lovable is that you have been through it. You have actually experienced, you know, really tough things that not everybody like gets to kind of come out I want to say, I don't want to say clean. I don't really like that word, but it's like you're coming out on the other side as this Page of Pentacles, despite the hardship, despite maybe what people would say are very unlucky things that have happened to you with this Wheel of Fortune. Like, I just feel like unluckiness, you know, it could have even just been blockages, things that were like creating stagnancy in your life. It's like, even though you had so many roadblocks, and with this Five of Pentacles, just loss, you know, I just see it as loss, like whether it's like financial loss or maybe even just like losing people, places, things, I don't know, having a sense of like, yeah, insecurity is really the best word, because it's like having this insecurity that I could lose everything again. And like having the courage to rebuild is something people really love about you, is that it's like when you get knocked down, you dust off your knees and you get right back up again, and you start working, you start rebuilding. You take opportunities that come to you because you actually understand what it's like to be in that stagnant energy, to have nothing. It's like you could have come from poverty is what I'm really getting. Yeah, especially bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. It could have been just like your family was very wasn't very financially literate, or like they didn't really have opportunities maybe. There was just a lot of struggle, I feel like, financially, and it's like people just look at you as this like Page of Pentacles, like you somehow are making it out, is really what I'm getting. You're like, people love you because you're making it out. And especially, yeah, with the Sprout energy, it's like you see how there's like it's and we have autumn here as well, so you know, with the autumn leaves in the background, it just kind of like I was kind of getting your energy when this autumn card came out. I was like, oh yeah, they feel like an autumn. You feel like an autumn to me, where it's almost like it's a little chilly, it's a little cold, it's like it's like a time to kind of rest. Like I feel like you could have been in a period of resting, but it's like you're planting seeds. You're planting seeds for the spring, or it's like you have an awareness of like things might die in the winter, but everything will always come back around in spring. Like people just love your optimism, your ability to rebuild keeps coming through. Your ability to plant seeds for your future, find opportunities as they come. There's a level of gratitude is also what I'm getting. It's like I recognize that I was in this energy of like, what is the word? I was in an energy of like loss, but it's not the word I'm looking for. Like not feeling like you have enough. What is that? You get what I mean, I guess. I really can't think of the freaking word. Like it's insecurity, like loss. It's like being in that energy of like, I have nothing. I really have nothing to work with here. This is my hand of cards. This is what I was dealt with in life, is like these blockages and this, you know, financial struggle. And it's like you still are trying. You know what I mean? Like you're still trying. You're like, you have a recognition. I think that's also the sign of intelligence thing coming through again, where it's like you recognize that just like the earth, you know, people, we go through phases or seasons. We go through seasons. So it's like you have this recognition that, okay, I might be in this autumn energy right now, and I know that winter's coming. I know what winter is like. I know how hard winter can be. But I also know that spring and summer are right around the corner. That sun will shine again. Things will be able to blossom and grow. Like I just love this imagery so much, how it's like a ghost of what will become, you know? It's like this potential is so beautiful. It's so lovable about you, where people are just like, wow, like people really have this energy that you are going places, or like you will be successful. It's just the beginning kind of energy. And it's like people also just recognize that it's because of like the cards that you were dealt in life. It's not even because of like who you are as a person that you've ended up in this situation, or you've dealt with very unlucky situations. It's like who you are as a person is shining through, and people can't help but think like who you could have been in a different scenario. Like if you did like maybe have this 10 of Pentacles, like stability, if you did have financial abundance, if you did have like inheritance, comfort, tradition, you know, if like people wonder how different you would have been, or like would you have been spoiled instead, like would you have still been this same person, like would you still have this willpower and this drive and this ability to take hold of opportunities, like would you still be this person? Like people wonder a lot, and they wonder, or like that's what makes you so lovable, is like people truly believe that a lot of your life has just made you into this incredibly wise, grateful, strong, powerful person. And it's like healing to be around you, because it's like people look at you kind of like a source of inspiration. Like, you know, pile 1 gets back up again, I can too. Yeah, 6 of Pentacles. And I think you just have such a good heart. I really feel like people cannot believe some of the stuff that has happened to you, because they look at you as such a kind, like charitable, generous soul. Like they look at you as somebody who's giving, somebody who is healing and warm. They look at you as somebody who's willing to like do their fair share, put in the work. People have so much respect for you because of how you treat others and how you've treated yourself. I think like with so much like grace and humility and humor, clever, like your personality definitely just is something people love so much. We have sleep here, and people, I don't know why people feel safe around you. That's what's coming through, is like this healing energy, this safety that they feel. Like people feel like they could fall asleep around you. And I think we might not recognize how much that means to other people, because think about it, like when you are asleep, you are vulnerable. Just like animals that live in the wild, that is their most vulnerable time. And so the fact that people feel safe enough around you that they could just like curl up and fall asleep, and it's like they kind of know that like you're gonna put a blanket over them, you're gonna like wake them up if they sleep past maybe like a certain time where it's like, you know, that like this person has somewhere to go. It's like you're gonna wake them up and like make sure that they get there. It's like people just they feel so safe around you. I'm getting a sense of like clarity, where it's like people feel like they can think clearer around you. It's like you kind of sober people up in a way as well, where it's like people, I feel like especially people who have been given more than you, like they've had more than you in their life, where it's like they had maybe like stable housing, they had stable parents, they had stable this and that, you know, money coming in. It's like people look at you with such awe, because they're like, if I went through what pile 1 went through, I don't know if I would have come out as like this person. I'm just hearing respect. Yeah. And once again, we do have this passion energy. Once again, I just feel safety. Like I feel like people feel emotional safety. I feel like a lot of people do romanticize their relationship with you, because you offer such a healing, safe space for people, that it's like they kind of wonder what that would be like in a romantic relationship. They're like, wow, like if this is what I'm getting as like a friend, just as somebody like pile 1 knows, like, and they are already treating me this way, imagine what it would be like in a relationship with them. Like, they feel like you would be very affectionate and sweet and funny, and just like you would be able to create a lot of safety and romance. Like with the roses, that's the roses are giving me like Valentine's Day, like I'm gonna spoil you, I'm going to get you the roses, I'm going to appreciate this. Like, that's what people love. That's what people find so freaking lovable about you, is that you are grateful, you're appreciative, you like love to show people like gratitude in a way. Like, you love to say thank you is what I'm kind of getting. It's like and it's coming from like that place of, oh, scarcity, that's the word I was looking for earlier, where it's like it comes from scarcity, where it's like you didn't have enough, you know, you really didn't have enough, you really didn't have what you were, like maybe just what other people had, I guess. Like, you had to make do with less. And so it's like, I just kind of, I'm seeing like a plate of food. I'm seeing like somebody giving you like a plate of food, and you just like glowing with gratitude, you just smiling and being so sweet and kind and like grateful just to like be there and to be fed, and like you made this food yourself, like you will compliment people and be grateful. And it's like people just love that about you. Like, they love your affection, they love your kindness. Also, like with the Six of Pentacles, I just really keep getting like, you do your fair share of work. It's almost like, you invite me over for dinner, I'm gonna start doing the dishes after. Because like, I don't want you to have to cook and clean and host and like do all these things. And it's like, you are that friend that like will kind of do your fair share. I don't want to say you go above and beyond where it's like you're doing too much, but it's like, I think that you are that friend. It's like, okay, the party's over, I'm gonna start picking up all these cups that are everywhere. Like, everybody just kind of trashed this place. Like, I'm gonna help my friend out. Like, you're just a kind soul. Like, and I think that once again, what makes you so lovable is like, people cannot fathom some of the things that have happened to you, and like the fact that you are still this kind of person, like that you are still this personality type, that you are just funny and kind and sweet, like all of these just really beautiful traits. It's like people, I'm seeing a lotus. Yep, that makes so much sense. Like, I'm seeing a lotus, like you went through that mud, but it's like you are absolutely beautiful, that you've come out just, I keep wanting to say clean, but I don't really like that. Like, you've come out clean, you've come out on the other side is, I guess, what I want to say. Because, you know, trauma is real, the body keeps score. And so it's like, for me, when you say clean, it's like, I feel like it kind of takes away a lot of the baggage that I'm sure that you carry from all of this hardship. You know, that's not something easy for anybody to go through, and I don't expect people to be quote unquote clean. Like, that's, I don't really support that. Like, I think that's like a conservatist kind of thing, but is that a word? Conservative kind of point of view is like being clean, because it's like, yeah, no, you are scarred. Like, you have, I'm sure, trauma, you have different experiences that were very unlucky. So it's like, you're not clean, you're actually like so full of experience and wisdom, and that's why people love you. Is because your life hasn't been easy, it hasn't been squeaky clean, but you've still managed to come out through that mud. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the fact that, okay, I didn't even think about Belle and the Beast here. Okay, like, there's like intelligence, like you could really love to read as well. With the Beast, it's like people thought that you would be a beast, and they're like shocked that your personality is actually just so lovely. So lovely. There's something about what makes you lovable is the person that you are going to like choose romantically. People actually recognize that you need somebody that you can relate to in a way. You need an emotional connection. And people love this about you. They know that this is very important to you. So I think what people love about you is also like, so you're going to need somebody with depth, but you're also like not shallow. Like, I really feel like you are not going to choose a person based off of just their looks alone. That is never going to be like that's just not the kind of person you are. Like, your partner needs to have depth. You need to have that emotional connection. You need to be able to relate to each other about hardships as well. Like, I feel like you might not feel comfortable with somebody who's spoiled and like somebody who's had it handed to them their whole life. You know, you need someone with that similar wisdom. And I'm getting like Shang and Mulan as well. It's like somebody who gets it. Yeah, that's really what I am getting for you, pile number 1. I'm gonna grab an oracle deck just to close it out real quick. Okay, one other message though is like, people could also like get sleepy around you because you see the leaves here. Some of y'all smoke. Okay, some of y'all smoke, and that could also be another thing where people feel like calm and like healed. It's like, and it's also that humor is coming through, like silliness, like laughing a lot with you, not taking yourself so seriously here. So that's fun. That's cute. Okay. But I got the angel oracle messages. So this is just going to be a message from spirit. We can kind of try to go with a theme, like what makes you lovable here, maybe what spirit finds lovable here. So let's just see what comes through. We have believe. Oh, this is so, like I said, people love that you are still like optimistic and taking advantage of opportunities and still building, still fighting. Be open to all possibilities and opportunities. Let go of preconceived ideas. There's nothing to fear. You are constantly surrounded by love. Start to believe in yourself and trust your instincts. What is that noise? Somebody whistling? Wondrous possibilities and opportunities abound, provided you are flexible and retain an open heart and mind. Believe all is possible. Yes, like spirit is definitely supporting you here on your journey. Like spirit wants you to believe. Spirit wants you to recognize the possibilities, the opportunities that are surrounding you. They just want you to remain open, to let them come in, to accept them, to know that you deserve them as well. And it's like, they know that sometimes you get scared. There's nothing to fear. You know, they know that sometimes it's not easy to carry what you carry, but just to come back to love. Surround yourself with love, your self-love, with other people who love and adore you. Even with nature, I really get like there's an energy where you are spiritually connected to nature. I mean, we all are as human beings, I feel, but I think that recognizing, I don't know, like universe, spirit loves you, this world around you loves you, kind of just living in this energy of love here. And I think that's what's gotten you this far already, and that's why people love it so much. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that, pile 1. This was a lot of fun. I really love your energy so much. I'm grateful to have you here. If you resonated, if you enjoyed this reading, please give me a like, comment, subscribe. I would love to hear from my pile 1s. Till next time, guys. Love, light, protection, blessings. See ya. Oh, wow. Okay. Welcome, pile number 2s. You chose citrine, happiness and abundance here. Okay, what is so freaking lovable about you, pile number 2s? So many things. People love you. I am kind of getting a Glinda-esque vibe here, where it's like I'm seeing the scene from For Good where her mom, you know, they go back in time when she's a little kid and her mom is like, everybody loves you, like that's what's important, kind of thing. It's like people really just eat up your energy. They really love it. I feel like I'm hearing this song from Annie, you're never fully dressed without a smile. So it's like very much like you are smiley, happy, go lucky. People just feel like you have a lot of energy. There's like fiery energy that's coming through, like Sun Leo energy. I am feeling Aries. We also have that's Leo energy here. So I just get like you glow, you shine, you have a really beautiful smile here as well. And you could have blonde hair. I don't know, there's something coming through about like yellow blonde here. Like 3 different imageries of blonde hair. So you could have blonde hair, you could be thinking about going blonde, you could also just want highlights is what I was hearing, so something about blonde. But people find your energy very lovable. It could also be like the stereotypes of blonde, where it's like people kind of look at you as a dumb blonde, or like it's like blondes have more fun is what I just heard. So it's like, it's kind of like, even if you're not blonde, it's like those stereotypes where it's like people might assume that you are like very fun loving and like, but a bit ditzy is what I'm getting. It's like, I don't know why, it's because I feel like you're hyper feminine is what I get. I feel like this, you could be a very hyper feminine person, also with the energy of like Prince Philip, Cinderella, Prince Charming, even Rapunzel. Like I feel like an old school energy, like you could be somebody who is very like into gender roles. Ugh, not my favorite, but it's like, you know, you could be very much like somebody who expects your partner to be a certain way, like traditional in a sense. Like you expect your partner to kind of provide to you in a traditional way, show up for you in a very monogamous, traditional, like heteronormative relationship kind of way. So, but people find that very like endearing about you. They love that about you, is that you are kind of old school here. I'm seeing that scene from Kiki's Delivery Service, where Tombo comes up to Kiki for the first time, you know, and he's just like, did you see, like, I chased off that cop for you and blah, blah, blah. Like, he just starts talking to her and she's just like, she just looks at him like, you're crazy. Like, it's very rude to like not introduce yourself and to just talk to me before you even know my name. And he was like, he like looks at her and he laughs and he's like, you sound like my grandmother kind of energy. So that's what's coming through, where it's like you could kind of have those like old school like social rules in your mind, where it's like it's rude to not like introduce yourself, it's rude to not do this or that. And it's like I do kind of get this Glinda energy where it's like you put on a very social, like socially agreeable mask, I guess. I don't know if it's a mask or if it's just really who you are, but it's like I think that you prioritize like community and like society. I don't know, like you kind of want people to respect the traditions, you want people to respect the norms, but people seem to really love that about you, where it's like, because I feel like as we become more and more modern and a lot of our views change about tradition and about what we view as like, how to exist, like especially just like one thing I'm specifically thinking about is like when I grow up watching High School Musical, when I grew up watching that shit, it's like the skirt level that the girls would wear would literally be like down to their knees, like past their knees a bit, like maybe a little bit at the knees sometimes. Even that was like more risque, but it's like the fact that we can walk around with like super short skirts and like booty shorts where like our butts are showing, our butts are literally showing. You know, we've come a long way for like what the standard is, what is the tradition. So I don't know, you could have people around you that have similar views as you, where it's like you just like to be more traditional or conservative at times, but it comes from this place of like wanting to preserve like community, wanting to preserve like, I don't know, wanting to preserve maybe a specific lifestyle. I don't know, like I just see you as like a hostess, like I see, or like I guess a host, I'm sorry, I keep going back to like hyper femme, so I'm sorry if I keep gendering this pile, but I get like a host, like I just get somebody who's like a super parent, like I almost said super mom again, so very, very feminine, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's like you do so much, and I feel like you are always trying to like coordinate like maybe plans or like initiate activities for the family or friends. Like people just see you as so much fun, and like somebody who values family is what I'm really getting, is coming through. You really value family and like community. People also love your mind, okay? They really do like your mind and the way that you think, the opinions that you have. You know, we have the King of Swords that came out, discipline, power, and truth. And that's also what really makes you such a good leader or such a good host, such a good parent, is because you are willing to like kind of be the disciplinary at times. Like you will be strict, like you like, and that's that tradition that's coming in where it's like, this is our household rules, like we eat at 7 p.m. but it's like coming from a place of like, I'm trying to preserve our community. I want my kids, my family to have a safe place to like eat, and we can like have conversation and we can bond. You know, it's like you recognize that like routine, discipline, structure, like all of these things, it's what creates that community. It's what creates this like happiness that you create. Like I feel like you just love people. I really feel like you love people so much, and so you love to see people, you love to hang out, very extroverted energy. You could be a talker. I really do get like King of Swords. We also have the Knight of Swords at the bottom. And it's like you talk. You can talk and talk and talk. I feel like you could call people throughout the day. You could just be somebody who loves to bring people together. And people freaking love that about you. One thing that's funny about this pile is I'm actually eating like I'm actually eating like Slim Jim right now. So you could really like to have snacks as well. Like I just feel like you're always prepared. Like you always have like snacks on the go. I don't know, like you're always thinking about other people and like what people need. Like just so nurturing and caring, and but also like very empowered. Like I don't know why, I feel like your throat chakra is really activated, where it's like you love to talk, you love to communicate, you love to like speak your truth as well. There's something about just like being yourself, being very true to who you are. I don't know why I'm getting this energy where it's like you could have your sun placement and your Mercury placement as the same, where it's like your sun and your Mercury, it aligns, and it's like you speak from your soul, you speak from your heart. It's like you are who you are, and you don't try to hide it. It's like you're very truthful, honest, but also just like a good leader. It's almost like when you speak, people listen. Like people take it serious. People also know, I feel like there's an energy of like People are a little bit scared of you. That keeps going through, but it's like coming through in a way that like a child is kind of scared of their parent, where it's like, I love you and I go to you for nurture and care, but at the same time I know that if I do something that I'm not supposed to do, you will get upset and like angry with me. So it's like that kind of energy where it's like you have expectations, you're a bit strict. I think you're disciplined as well, so it's like you have expectations of others where it's like you're gonna follow what I set out, and it's like if you don't, then like I don't know, I feel like you are forgiving, like because I just keep getting like a very happy-go-lucky person. It's like this disciplinary person doesn't come out all the time. It's like it's very much like it's just kind of like in the background, where it's like in the back of people's heads, where they're like, okay, I better do what pile number 2 says because I don't want to upset them, I don't want to, you know, get on their bad side. It's like they just kind of keep it in their mind, but they find that lovable about you as well because they don't want to disrespect you, they don't want to upset you. Like that's a sign of, I would say, respect, where it's like they're not trying to agitate you. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you're just very smart as well, where it's like that was coming through a lot in pile 1. So it's like interesting that pile 2, we have 2 cards that indicate like mental stimulation. Like people feel mentally stimulated in your presence. I feel like it's because you talk a lot. So it's like you bring up a lot of different subjects, you bring up a lot of different like opinions and conversations that come about are just, you're kind of bounce around. You could have ADHD is what I'm feeling energetically, but that's just for some of you here, where it's like you bounce around to a lot of different subjects, and so people really find that fun about you. Yes, my little yapper. What you doing? Is that bothering you? Why are you crying? Eat my Slim Jim. I like never really eat when I'm reading because I talk so much that it's like I'm not gonna eat. I don't want you guys to hear me either, so. But I was just like really freaking hungry right now, and I'm gonna eat after I stop filming. But file 2, I just feel like you cook. Like there's something about your cooking here, because the fact that my senses are being activated with taste right now, and it's like, oh my god, so good. Like people love that about you, where it's like you could really cook, or even if you don't cook, it's like you could buy food for other people a lot, and people really love that because it's just like they feel fed, they feel taken care of, they just feel like you are the mom, dad, friend. I don't know, they can go to you for whatever, and it's like they know that you're gonna like have the activities, you're gonna have the snacks, you're gonna have the conversation, you're like the sun. It's just like, it's beautiful, it's beautiful, it's shiny, it keeps you warm, keeps us alive. I don't know, I feel like there's some people coming through that feel like they would be lost without you, so I really hope you take that to heart, because there are some people that really love your energy, and with balance here, it's like they feel like you keep them balanced, you keep them optimistic, you help them grow. Once again, it's coming through as photosynthesis, photosynthesis, where it's like you are the sun and you're literally like feeding these flowers. Like you are helping them grow, you are feeding them. There's something here about feeding, or like people like keeping people's belly full. I really get like a traditional housewife kind of energy coming through. Like I will cook, I will clean, I don't know, it is coming through as like I'm very modest, so you could be modest. Okay, so let me get to the other tarot though, because we have the 9 of Swords and the Hermit in reverse. Okay. Regret, hopelessness, anxiety. People feel like you could have had, like I'm getting like a toxic mother energy. like a Mother Gothel energy, you know, we have Rapunzel here. So it's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of getting like this energy of like, the reason that you take such good care of everybody else around you is because nobody really took very good care of you. And so it's like you love to do that for others because it's almost like, in a way, kind of fulfilling your inner child, I guess. But people love that about you, is like that you have fears just like everybody else. But it's almost like you're the kind of person that I'm gonna do it even when I'm scared. Even when I'm anxious, even when I'm hopeless, I'm still going to like get this done. I don't know. I feel, and it came through as like, I'm still gonna get the dishes done. And like, that's a big deal. It's like persevering. So people love that you persevere even through your negative emotions. Because people, they know that you get stressed out. Like, it's not easy to kind of be this person for a lot of people. It's not always easy to like exert so much energy giving and giving and giving, and also even like the communication. Like for me, I'm more of a introvert. I'm an ambivert, but I tend to lean more into my introvertedness. I think because of my CPTSD, but that's not the point here. The point is, and maybe you guys have CPTSD with this 9 of Swords, because that, I don't know why, because I never bring that up in readings either. So I feel like that could be a point where it's like you still have a lot of things maybe from childhood, the way that you were brought about. It really is giving Rapunzel, where it's like, you know, so sheltered and like controlled and this and like, you know, very narcissistic mother. But then she ends up kind of stepping into this energy of like the sun and the light, and she's just such a beautiful giving person, but she's also a leader in so many ways. But where was I going with that? I feel like I was going, oh yeah, but it's like, you know, it's not easy to be this person for everybody. I feel like you exert a lot of energy socially that I don't know how much you're giving back to yourself. You better be giving back to yourself here, pile too. And with the Hermit, yeah, it's like, it really gives like you were isolated as a child. That keeps coming through. You could have been left alone, neglected a lot as a child. I don't know why that's coming through, but it's coming through as what people love about you, because they recognize that you didn't stay in that energy of like isolation. I think that's why you love community so much, is because you used to feel so alone. You used to feel very isolated. But I feel like with this Hermit in reverse, you came out to shine. I think that you recognize that solitude is like important at times, but for the most part, what you love and crave is community and people. And so what people love about you is that you didn't stay quiet, you know, you didn't stay isolated, you didn't like punish yourself, I guess, in a way of like recreating your childhood trauma. It's like you really are changing it. Like you're really saying, that's what I had as a child, but that's not what I want as an adult, kind of energy. The Star in reverse. People love you because they've seen you at very low places in your life. People have seen you, I feel like, hit rock bottom. People have seen you become hopeless, like seriously, like lost hope. People have seen you in very, very dark energy. And the fact that you have chosen the sun, the fact that you have allowed yourself to shine and build community and like become this person, people love it. People cannot believe that you are this person, because I feel like people have some kind of knowledge of what you've experienced. People have some levels of awareness of like trauma, or like just, I feel like you just had a very sad childhood. I don't know how else to put it. It's like, I feel like you had a childhood that was very cold and isolating, and like there was just no community, there was no emotional support really for you. And it's like you had to kind of keep crawling through this dark tunnel until you finally saw the sun. Mystery. But, and that's, okay, that's exactly where we're going with this, is because I forgot, but the bottom of the deck energy, I'm still holding this freaking beef jerky. Sorry. Oh my god. Not me taking a bite, hold on. Okay. Sorry about that. But I feel like there's a darkness. Just as much as there's a light, there is definitely darkness. And that's where that balance comes into play. Because people love you because they believe you. They believe the good and the bad because you don't hide anything. I feel like you're very transparent. I feel like you're very see-through. Like you don't try to hide your emotions. With this King of Swords, truth, you know, truth. Like you very much, we were talking about this earlier, you're just yourself. You don't try to sugarcoat who you are. These are my opinions. These are my beliefs. But at the same time, yeah, with mystery coming through now that I'm looking at it, it's like people recognize that as much light as you carry, you do have darkness. And I think with mystery here, people love that they don't really know what mood you're gonna be in. You know, life, we go through just constant changes, you know? Thank you, Icky. We go through constant changes of like experiences where we lose people, or we go through painful experiences, or we go through really successful periods of time. You know, it's like it's all cycles and changes that we constantly go through. And so I think what people love about you is that you go with the flow, and you are somebody who people don't really know when they pick up the phone. Are you gonna be crashing out? Like, it's like they know that they're gonna get the truth from you. So it's like they know that you will always like tell them what's going on and be honest about it. But it's like a mystery of like, will I get this person's dark side or will I get their light side? It's like the sun comes out, but so does the moon, you know? It's like very balanced of like, I can embody both of these energies, and I can be lovable in both of these energies. And death at the bottom. The fact that this is more of the hidden energy as well. I think that you went through like immense changes because of what you experienced as a child. Like you were pushed into transformation, you were pushed into change. And I think that you've come out on the other side just very much yourself, like unashamed to be who you are. Very authentic. People love that you're authentic. People love that you have a darkness. They do love this darkness because it makes you more interesting. Like if you were just this, like I'm hearing all these those blonde references again. It's like if you were just and ditzy, empty-headed blonde that like never went through anything or never had the experiences that made you who you are, it's like, I don't know, I don't think people would like you as much, but it's like they've seen you hit these rock bottoms, they've seen you go to your lowest, and the fact that you still choose to like persevere as well is just something people really love about you. Knight of Swords, action, defense, impulsiveness. I am getting an impulsive energy where it's like sometimes you just kind of, it's like you just go with your feelings a lot of the time, I think, where it's like, I feel like doing this, I feel like doing that, let's do it, let's be impulsive. I want to go to the pool with my friends, I want to have a family get together, let's do it. Like just kind of impulsive sometimes, but it brings people together. So we are going to pull one last card here from Spirit. Spirit, what is the message for pile 2? Spirit, what is the message for pile number 2. Okay, that one wants to come out. Encouragement. Your love is invaluable to the earth and to those around you. Even though you may not always see the positive effect your love has on others, trust, for it does. Each time you offer love through a loving gesture, thought, or word, you plant a seed of love, and love always generates more love. Trust and continue your loving work. It's just beautiful because you could have become a very hateful person. I feel like you could have become, like with the things that you experience, you could have become a really terrible person, but it's like you've chosen to keep going, to keep creating these energies of love and community. And I really meant it earlier. Like I felt like I really wanted to like have it be said like very seriously, is like people would be lost. There's some people that would be lost without you. There's some people that rely on you in a way, and it's like your love is invaluable to these people. Like you might not see the positive effect it has, but it's like spirit needs you to know that like you shining your light is important. Like I feel like sometimes you might get a little hopeless or like down, where it's like, what's the point? What's even the point of me like doing this or that? It's like, you know, maybe when things don't work out the way that you want it to, or, you know, people can be problematic or whatever it might be, issues you run into socially, because I feel like as a very social person, you're gonna run into a lot of social issues. But it's like you need to keep reminding yourself just how important it is to continue this loving work, because it means so much to others, and I feel like it means a lot to you too. Like I feel like for some of you here, like you feel like this is your purpose, is like to bring people together. So I love that. I love that. People freaking love that about you. So spirit is definitely encouraging you to keep going, keep doing what you're doing. I feel like you are on the right path here. Beautiful, beautiful energy. I'm very proud of you, Pile 2. So thank you so much for being here. If you resonated, if you liked the reading, please give me a like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. Now I'm gonna finish my Slim Jim. Yay! Bye. Welcome, pile number 3s. You chose fluorite, peace, and positivity here. So let's go ahead and jump into why are you so freaking lovable here. Okay. I feel like the piles are really flowing together. I don't know why. I feel like some of you here picked all 3 of the piles. But there's definitely an element of, just like the other piles, where you've been through some shit. The Star in reverse. You have been to places where it's like you have felt very hopeless. You felt very alone. You felt like you were losing faith, you know, that to like go on, basically. Like I just feel like you have kind of, you know what it's like to hit rock bottom. So people find that very endearing about you. They feel like we do have bottom of the deck here, depth. So it's like people love your depth. They love that you have darker experiences that you can relate to other people about. I'm hearing relatable. There's something here where you are very relatable. There's something here about memes coming through. Like, you could like memes, you could create memes, you could just send a lot of your friends memes and things. But I just get this energy of like, people have a lot of love for you because it's almost like the child in you didn't die. Okay, that is so specific, but that's what I heard. It's like people feel like the child in you did not die. That is so weird, but it's almost like, you know, even when you hit these like really low dark points in your life, somehow this child perseveres. Somehow this child still comes through, because people feel like you are very playful. People feel like you're very positive and bright-eyed. There is an energy of like impulsiveness coming through, being very impulsive, not thinking about the consequences very much. People love that you just have this energy of like YOLO. Like, you have this energy of like, you only live once, and like, it's almost like you've been through such shitty times that you don't really, like, I feel like a hedonism where it's like you really prioritize pleasure. It's like you kind of see this life as, if I'm going to exist after the really dark and horrible shit, or like the low points that I've been in, like the whole point of life for you might be to like enjoy yourself, to have pleasurable moments, to have fun. I really get like fun energy. Like, people love you because you are very exciting to be around. Okay, like, people never know what you're gonna want to do. Very impulsive. You know, we have the 8 of Wands here. Excitement, movement, speed. So it's like people feel like you are always like doing something. You're always like taking action, and people just love that about you. It's like go. And there's also like this magical energy that you possess, because we have the magic carpet. We also have whimsy here. We also have Peter Pan. Also, Moana's kind of pretty magical. I mean, she was chosen by the sea kind of energy. So it's like, you just have this magical element to you. But there's also, with this Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, like this energy of like Neverland, like never growing up, where it's like, I am going to kind of stay in this energy of maybe perpetual youth. I'm going to stay in this energy of like fun and excitement. I'm going to stay in this energy of like magic and whimsy, because it's almost like the dark. I'm hearing that song, The Light Is Coming, by Ariana Grande, featuring, gross, anyways. But it's like creating whimsy, you know, into your life, because you lived without it. You've been without magic. You've been without excitement, and that's just not for you. I don't know why I'm hearing near-death experience. Some of you here have experienced like situations where you could have been close to, or like you could have had a really bad accident, or something happen where it's like, I feel like your life could have possibly been taken away at a time, and it's like, that's why you are in this energy of like, I am going to live my life to the fullest. I don't care about the consequences. I don't care what happens, because at the end of the day, we all die. Like, we all die. So why am I so afraid of, I just heard the law. So it's like, some of y'all could break laws. Some of y'all could be a little bit criminal at times, but it feels very minor. It just feels like it's just more so focused on like the pleasure, the fun. I'm going to live my life to the fullest. Because I think that's what brings you peace, is like this idea that I didn't waste a second doing what I wanted to do. You know, there's no regrets that I'm going to carry on into my old age, because I'm going to have fulfilled all of these exciting experiences. I'm going to have already filled, or like checked off everything off my bucket list. So it doesn't really matter, like, if I get in trouble here and there, you know, if I face some consequences. We all are going to face consequences anyway. Like, people just love this energy about you where it's like, you're gonna be on your deathbed and you're gonna be fulfilled. Like, you are going to have this awareness, like, I did everything I wanted to do. I'm ready to go kind of energy. Like, there's this energy of peace, like having peace at the end of the day, because I didn't live in so much fear. I didn't live in regret. I didn't live in shame. Like, that's why people love you, is because you are more focused on like peace of mind at the end of your life. You're more focused on being positive as well, to where it's like, I'm not going to think about the consequences. I'm actually going to think about the best case scenario. I'm going to think about what if everything goes right. And I feel like in ways you actually manifest positive outcomes because of your thinking, because of the way that you are like, this is going to work out for me. Like, that's your mentality, is like, this is going to work out for me. I feel like a lot of people worry about you. I will say that. Like, a lot of people look at you as reckless. Like, a lot of people think that you go towards trouble, but I just don't see it like that. And I feel like that's like, you're just so positive. Like, the way that you see it is not the same as these other people. I feel like these are people that are gonna end up on their deathbeds and they're gonna have so much regret, and they're gonna think, oh, I should have lived more like pile 3, you know, I should have lived my freaking life instead of being so scared to put myself out there, to make changes, to start over as well. With the Fool here in reverse, I feel like what people love about you is you're not afraid to start over. You're not afraid to like be the Fool, to be 0, and to like start fresh. Like, there are some people out there that are just so terrified of losing it all, so terrified of the consequences, that they never even try. And you're not that person. So with Sprout here, people feel like you have a lot of big dreams. Like, people feel like you could actually accomplish those dreams because of just your energy and like the positivity, like that positive mindset that you go into life with. It's like people feel like you're going to manifest levels of success to you because of the way that you think. Like, you think in form of potential, of possibility, you think of positive outcomes here. So it's like you plant those seeds and watch them grow, where other people might not be able to do that. I really think that I just feel like you stick out a little bit. Like, I don't know if it's like the community that you're in. You could have a lot of people that are like more stuffy or serious, and like they just really don't understand you. But yeah, people love that you have these big dreams. People love that you're a dreamer, you know? They love your whimsy. They love your magical essence. Like, even with the imagery of the dandelions floating around here, it just gives me like, I'm gonna make a wish, because why not? I don't know, like, there's such an energy of why not? Why not? Just do it. Nike, you know, it's like, just freaking do it. Like, even if other people might make fun of you for it, it's like, even if I wish on this dandelion, somebody might look at me as like childish or silly or stupid, but I'm still gonna do it because that fulfills me. We do have affection here, so people love that you're affectionate. I do kind of get that touchy-feely kind of energy where it's like, you might really like to give people hugs. You could be that friend that kind of like puts your hand on their shoulder, or like rubs people's backs, or I don't know. I just feel like you're very affectionate, like even to your close friends. But in a romantic sense, people do love that you are very affectionate. People feel like because you're not living in so much like fear and doubt and like shame, because you're not allowing yourself to be in that energy, it's like you're able to love more. You're able to be more affectionate. You're able to be present because you're not just sitting there worried and scared and like it's taking away from your energy. No, you're able to be present in the moment and to appreciate this person in front of you and to touch them and to awaken senses and to be affectionate and connect with this person in a very present way. People love how present you are. Ace of Wands in reverse here. That's interesting. Okay. People love that you don't have a specific type. Okay. I was not expecting that message, but that's what's coming through. People love that you don't have a specific type, that you really, like I was just talking about, you are very present. And so I think that you appreciate people's energy, you appreciate like emotional connection. You also, I think what you appreciate the most is when other people are present as well. It's like, it's no fun if you're just present and the other person is with you and they're just on their phone or just emotionally not present. You know, that's never a good time like for a very present person. So I feel like people love with this Ace of Wands is that you don't just give your heart to anybody. Like you don't just give, I feel like sex is coming through specifically. Like you don't just do, like even though you might like focus on pleasure and you might be somebody who's impulsive and like exciting, it doesn't mean that you're just like super promiscuous. Like that's not coming through for me at all. I almost was getting an asexual energy, so some of you might be asexual here. It's not for everybody, but I feel like it's just more like you're picky. Like you are picky, you want the depth, you want the presence, you want the affection, and it's like, I don't know why. I feel like people assume that you might be promiscuous just because of the way that you kind of live impulsively, because you're kind of childlike. Like people might assume your childlike nature is like being naive, but it's like, I don't think you're very naive. I think you're very picky actually. Like I think you're almost picky to the point of like you're turned off. You're turned off by a lot of people is what I'm getting. You're very turned off by like, I think you're very turned off by people who like live in so much fear, where it's like you just like, you feel very sad for them. Like you feel pity for those people. So it's almost like I can't really be attracted to you when I'm feeling those feelings of like, oh damn, like you really hold yourself back. You live in so much fear. I feel like I rushed through that. And maybe that's that Eight of Wands energy where it's like boom, 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 boom. Everything just came out so smooth. Yeah, you're like a shot. That's really what I'm getting, is like people love you because you're like a really good shot. It's like that shot that just goes down and like hits you clean, and it's like you feel that buzz. And I don't know, there's something about, you're electrifying. People feel like they have to really appreciate having you in the moment too, because I feel like you could disappear. Like there's times when it's like your energy kind of gets stretched out thin because you like to do so much. You like to be impulsive and kind of just go with the flow. And so it's like if a friend reaches out to you and wants to go do this, you're gonna go do this, but then it's like, oh, my brother called and I want to go do this, and then my cousin called, and then it's like, oh my god, I need to do this, and then I need to do some school. Like I feel like you get kind of like, you could use a bit more organization is what it's coming through, where it's like, okay, I need to make sure my schedule is like organized so I'm not like spreading myself too thin. Like people really feel like they have to appreciate that moment because they're like, oh, I might not get to see pile 3 for another couple weeks because they just tend to get so busy. I do see you resting though. Like we do have an energy of rest where it's like, okay, in order to maintain this go, go, go energy, you do need your rest, you know? So I do see you prioritizing like, okay, I have these big dreams. I think sleeping resets, you know, revitalizes. Also, I feel like for those of you in a relationship, like cuddling really, really, really makes you feel good. I mean, doesn't it for everybody, but it's like cuddling just revamps your energy quite a bit, where it's like you feel like you could conquer the world afterwards. Kind of energy is what's coming through. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into message from Spirit. What does Spirit want to tell you? Intuition. Trust your intuition and know that what seems logical may not necessarily be right. The answer to your question lies inside your heart. Endless possibilities exist for you. Stop trying to work it all out and feel your way through. We, your angels, will guide you. Trust your feelings. What feels right is right. That's what people love about you. I really feel like it's because you might not always follow logic. Like you kind of, there's that magical essence that's coming through where it's like, actually, I'm being called this way. Actually, it's like I hear the universe, spirit calling to me to go down this path, and I'm going to follow that feeling. It's like people don't always understand you because it's like, what do you mean that feeling? You know, it's like, be more logic. They want you to be logical. And I just feel like you are more connected spiritually than a lot of people. And that's where a lot of your magic comes from, because other people like to stay very grounded in this earthly dimension, right? You know, it's like this earthly realm that we exist in. We can get very caught up into the very logical rules and systems of this earth and kind of disregard our feelings, our spirituality. And I feel like you are somebody who lives more so in your spirituality. So people might look at you as like reckless or impulsive or, you know, a bit crazy. And it's like, I just think Spirit is kind of confirming to you, assuring you, like, look, trust your intuition. Know that what seems logical might not necessarily be right. Like, these are people that are convinced they are right. But I think that at the end of the day, like I said, you guys are both going to be on your deathbed. And who's going to have more regret? You know, who's going to wish that they did this or that? I don't think it's going to be you. You followed your path, your feeling. You listened intuitively. It's another message from Spirit. Dreams. Interesting. I was mentioning you have big dreams here. This is a wondrous time of healing and positive transformation. Embrace life each moment and keep focused on your dreams. Retain the purity of your vision and you will draw success to you. All you ever wished for, even that which seemed a distant dream, is about to manifest. And that's the thing, is like your positivity, your ability to kind of trust the universe, it like creates these magical experiences for you. Like you're always kind of in the right place, the right time. I love that. Retain the purity of your vision as well. Like, you never let that child die. That is such a powerful message for me. I don't know. I really feel that in my core, where it's like, you did not let that inner child go anywhere. And there are other, I feel like there's so many people around you. I feel like there's this comparison a lot where it's like, these people are just living completely different from you. And they've lost their purity. They've lost that connection to their inner child. And it's almost like you're exactly the person whose dreams will become a reality because like you never gave up on them. You never, like you maintain, like we were talking about earlier, that positive mindset is what in a way manifests these positive outcomes. Like these people that are so disconnected from their inner child, they have nothing to really give us. We don't feel anything. They're not feeling their way through life in the way that you do. People love this about you, is like your dreams. Like your dreams are so big, but people believe that they could actually happen. Because there's something just magical about you, where people feel like magical things happen for you. I don't know, people feel like you're divinely protected as well. It's almost like people feel like if they were to live the way that you do, like they would get in trouble. Like so much fear-based thinking that's going into that. But like people really do see you as a very lucky person, protected. Okay, I think that might be all I have for you. kind of want to get one more. I don't know. One more tarot. Okay, that popped right out. Queen of Cups in reverse. Like I said, you're very selective. I think that people love this about you because they feel very like chosen by you. It's like they know that you're not gonna be fake with them. Like you don't have the time to like fake a friendship. You don't have the time to freaking pretend to care about people that you don't care about. You know what I mean? Like you are somebody who's selective and picky, and you like people who are present. You like people who are on the same vibe as you, who are also whimsical and also very intuitive. Other people who have big dreams. And like I feel like some people are insulted by this. Like they kind of feel left out by you, or like they feel like you are like cold to them or heartless to them in some way because you don't want to be around people. And it's like you're not going to sit there and pretend to like people when you don't like them. You're not going to sacrifice your own happiness to like please other people. Like anti-people pleaser is what I'm getting, you know? And so that's what people love about you, is that you're a rebel. You're a rebel, and it's not that you lack depth, you know? It's not that you lack depth. It's not that you're not emotionally aware. It's just that you don't have the time to fake the funk. You know, you do not have the time to pretend to care. I don't know. I just feel like you got ops. You got ops because you're very authentic. And it's like people want you to kind of fake it. You know, people kind of want you to be nice to everybody just for the sake of like, I don't even know, for other people's sake, you know? There's just a lot of people around you that think you should live your life in one way, and you're kind of just this opposing force of like, actually, I'm living it exactly the way I want to. And we will see at the end of the day who ends up happier, who ends up more at peace. So very interesting energy. I loved it. I really loved it. I think that you would be a very fun friend to have. I really hope you resonated. I hope this was helpful for you. If it was, give me a like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, guys, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings, peace, all the good stuff. Bye. Yeah. Yes, sweet baby? You been hungry? Me too. Don't you know Thank you, Lilith, for doing the intro. Welcome to the bonus pile. Featuring Lilith in the back. She is ravenous right now, so she is definitely making it known. Yes. Keep going. Okay, so if you don't know, if you've never been to the bonus pile, these are piles that I started just pulling cards for myself. They're usually shorter, they're usually more chill, kind of like the after party, if you will. So like I've already been smoking right now, like I'm like taking a break, I'm like decompressing. Like this is where I usually just chill, and I used to just be curious like what would come out for me if I asked the question. So here it is. I wanted to share it with the collective. Maybe you guys also have messages here and we can also connect. Yay! So welcome my lovely fellow pile fours. I am so excited because we pulled this Lepetolite card. And it's interesting because when I actually ordered this this deck, I don't know if it was this deck or if it was another deck by the same artist, she actually sent me like an index card cutout of this card, Lepetolite. So it felt very much like, you know, like she chose that for me. And so it's interesting that it came out for our pile. So lepetolite, it says romantic and calming. Romantic and calming. Okay. So, what do people frickin' love about you? What do people find so frickin' lovable? People love that you're very romantic. We have the Two of Cups that came out, Jasmine and Aladdin, partnership, connection, marriage. People romanticize you a lot. I don't know, I'm getting this energy of people find it very lovable that I'm hearing you could love, okay? Like, I am that person. Like, even when I was a little girl, like, I'm thinking of the movie Barbie, Three Musketeers, and they had like 4 different girls, right? And I was obsessed with this one girl. She had the red hair and the green outfit. I cannot remember her name for the life of me right now, but her personality was very just like, like I love and just like very romantic. And I just remember being obsessed with her. So like even from a young age, like that's just kind of been a personality trait of mine, is like very romantic. Like I love romance, I love. And so people could love that about you, is that you are somebody who looks at love as, to me, I look at it as a privilege. You know, love, to experience love with another person is a privilege. You know, to come into this world, and we all are on these very individual paths. We are born alone, we die alone kind of energy. I know that sounds harsh, right? Because like sometimes we don't actually, like when we're born, we have people all around us, but we are on our own individual sacred journey. And the fact that we come into this world where we can relate to other people and we can connect with other people to the point where like we adore them, we love them, and like, I don't know, that's just such a privilege to me. And it's not something that happens all the time, like when it's real. But even like that song Kaleidoscope by Chapel Roan, I love that song so much, because love is a kaleidoscope. How it works, I'll never know. Even all the change, it's somehow all the same. Turn it to the left and right, colors shining in the light. That's not the right words, but she's basically saying like, even though love goes through changes, so it's like maybe one time I loved you as a romantic partner, that love has changed over time as a friend. Like I love you as a friend, or it can be the other way around. I love you as a friend and then it changes. You know, it's just like the way that love can kind of change throughout time. And I think that's why we do have rates of divorce and like separation and things, because it's not realistic, I think, to just expect monogamy when life is constant change. Life is constant change. In 10 years, you could be a completely different person, and the kinds of people that you are attracted to, the kinds of people you attract, are going to be completely different. So I just feel like people love your insight when it comes to relationships. People really love that you believe in equal partnership with the Two of Cups here. Like you believe that it takes two, you know, and it takes equal give and take. It takes balance. It takes harmony. Yeah, and I love that we were just kind of talking about that, where it's like she's a princess and he's from the street. You know, it shows that, like I was just talking about, it's like we can come into this world on our complete own separate journey, and we can fall in love for somebody who's completely different than us, and they teach us so much outside of ourselves. Oh, it's beautiful. I love love. I'm sorry. I'm just like, that's who I am. That's who I've always been. I'm silly like that, you know? And I do blame society to a degree, where it's like, society has forced romance down our throats, I think, from a very young age, because they can profit off of romance. But that's not the kind of thing we're talking about. We're talking about the real deal, real love. Like, people just feel like you look at love as sacred, and they love that about you. People feel like you're very calming as well. People feel like you like to create harmony and balance in your connections, not just romantic connections, but even other connections. But interestingly enough, I mean, the only two cards we have showing is this metamorphosis and death. And both of these represent change, extreme change, transformation. So people love how you embrace change. People love how you've changed as well. Like I was just describing, you could be somebody completely different in 5-10 years. You know, you could be completely different. And I think that you are. I think that there are people from your past that know you from a certain time frame, and they look at you as somebody who is transformed. It's almost like these old versions of you have died with the death energy. These older versions of you are dead and gone. And this could be people that, like, you had to release or you had to disconnect from because they no longer resonated with who you were as a person. So people really love that about you, is that I feel like you're not afraid to end connections that no longer serve you. You're not afraid to walk away with the death energy. You know, it's like you're not afraid of endings. I think that you understand that endings are very, very important. I think that you learn a lot about yourself through endings, who you are, how you react to certain things, you know. Like, endings teach us so much, and not only that, but they create so much space for the new, for this change, for this transformation. And it's like, we can look at it as this scary bad thing of like, oh, and like kind of victimize ourselves of like, it'll never be the same, and like the old me is dead and gone, and like this person's completely changed. It's like, you can look at it through that negative lens, or you can look at it through a positive lens of like, I was once the caterpillar, and bitch, look at my wings. Look at my wings, girl. Like, they are big and beautiful, and I am so proud of myself for enduring that mush, you know, because it's like, change requires you to like change, you know. It requires where it like, it can change the people, places, things around you. It can just completely transform your life. And so, you know, just like the caterpillar turns to complete freaking mush, it's like, that was a really brave thing to do. And you came out on the other side here, where it's like, you got your wings. Even this cat having wings, you know. And the fact that we have them flying on the magic carpet, so people love that. They love to see you fly. I feel like you could have been stuck on the ground for quite a while, you know, for maybe a certain period in your life, and it's like, you had to really change and transform in order to fly. And people, I don't know, I'm getting like pride. I'm getting like people being proud of you. Oh my god, why did I just hear earned arrogance? It's like, I don't know why I heard this. This was recent. I think it was another tarot reader, and she was just talking about like, you know, it's one thing to just be arrogant, but it's like another thing to almost like have earned that arrogance, which is so silly. But it's like, you know, some people earn the right to be confident. They earn the right to own who they are. And I feel like people are just very happy to see you fly. I don't know. They're happy to see you on this other side. Now I'm hearing the song, A Whole New World. dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear. And now I'm in a whole new world with you. Every turn a surprise. Yeah, it's like people, like, I feel like people love that you are not afraid of endings, and because you kind of represent to people like somebody who has experienced a lot of endings, and like, but then it's like they get to watch you bring in new, like every turn a surprise, like getting surprised by new things that come in and like kind of take you away, like take you to the clouds kind of energy, like you're flying, like people feel like you're happy. I think that that's what the metaphor is here for like flying, is like you genuinely seem happy. So it's like people love to see this transformation because they get to see you fly, they get to see you happy, and it's like you've brought in things into your life that actually resonate with you and make you feel lifted. I'm hearing the song Lift Me Up by Rihanna. Two of Wands. Oh my gosh, why did I immediately start hearing this? I keep hearing songs, so you could be musically inclined and like you could like music, but I'm immediately hearing like riff raff, street red. I don't buy that. If only they'd look closer, would they see a poor boy? No siree, they'd find out there's so much more. Like, you've been through it, okay? It's almost like people kind of look at you though like with a sense of like curiosity, like how did you do this? Because it does kind of look to some people like you went from one thing to another very quickly. So it's like with this, like, you know, like caterpillar to butterfly, like you just like from for Aladdin, like you went from street rat to like, it's almost like a genie granted a wish, and suddenly, you know, you have success, you have happiness, you have all these things, you're flying, you have your wings. It's like there are people that wonder how you did this or how you've become this. But like, I think it's coming through in like, what do people find freaking lovable about you is that you represent like change as a positive. You represent like embracing change, not being afraid of change. You also represent somebody who like wants more for themselves, like expects more. Like with this Two of Cups, like I expect harmony, I expect balance, I expect equality. Like setting that standard as well. Raising the bar is kind of what I'm hearing. Yeah, decision, victory, partnership. Again, so we have partnership twice. So like I said, I think people love you because you can be kind of easy to romanticize, or people just think that you would be a good partner, I guess. Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm just trying to be humble here. Oh my God. Silly. Yeah, partnership twice is pretty crazy. As well as the romantic card in the middle. It's like, geez, like, okay, we get it. People romanticize you a lot. But yeah, victory, decision. So, like, people love that you are victorious in this time and space. Whenever you're watching this, I just feel like you're in a really positive energy right now. Like, it feels like all that you've let go of, all that you have allowed to die, all that you have not carried with you, it's like you've released so much of that baggage that you can fly, that you can really just be happy and focus on like success and focus on the things that are important to you. Like, you had to make these hard decisions of like, what is really important to me? And that's why I feel like you're winning, because when you focus on what's important to you, that you win. I'm hearing the song Already Won by Kalani. I love that song. I already won. I got the keys to my head. Mama said she good, doing what I should. Faith, 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 faith. And look, wings once again. Oh my gosh, bottom of the deck. Like, not all these cats have wings. Like, see, peacock feathers, but not all of them have wings. So faith. Yeah, people just love that. It feels like it's kind of like sunshine and rainbows for you. People just feel like you are, look, there's like a little crack in the heart, but they're like licking it. Oh, like, so people could love that, like, you've been hurt before, but you still have faith that, like, love is out there for you, that like you still have that optimism with, like, in romance. Like, licking your heart. Oh, your little wounded heart. That's so cute. I've never noticed that. Oh my goodness. But yeah, people could look at you as very sweet, because it's just coming through as like angel energy, and it's like I'm sorry, I get so stressed out with my pile sometimes, because I'm like, I'm talking about myself, but I don't always see myself in these ways, you know, so it's hard to like read it the same way I would read for you guys. Like, I don't always suggest reading for yourself. This is not something that's easy. It's not something that is like, especially for an audience too, it's like really awkward, but I'm reading for you guys too, and it's like, I feel like I can, like, when I tap in, most of the time it's an energy. There's an energy in the piles that I feel, that I genuinely feel when I read. And so with this pile, like, I'm just, I feel like I'm tasting sweetness in my mouth, and there with the wings, it's a very, you know, it's an angel, but look, we also have like kind of like a devil, so angel, devil. Interesting. So you could have, you know, you have this depth and dark side, just like all the other freaking piles. We kept tapping into that, where it's like, people love depth, people love realness, people love to see, like, especially they love to see underdogs, I feel like, win. And so I feel like that's that energy of like underdogs. I've been hurt before, I still have faith. I was the street rat, now I'm the freaking sultan, you know, like, and I got the girl, like, hello, yeah. We also have the rainbow here. So people could love that, like, you are a part of the LGBTQ as well, that you're very open about who you are. Yeah, people just feel like you're on cloud 9. Like, people feel like you're kind of in the clouds. Like, you're, I'm here, oh my god, I'm hearing that song. She's so high, high above me. She's so lovely. Which just feels so silly because I smoked before this, you know? I'm like, okay, yes, she is so high. Patterns. We have patterns at the bottom. People feel like you recognize your patterns. Like, people feel like you are very self-aware. People love that about you, is that you can recognize, like, you have really good pattern recognition. And there's something here about, because you have that self-awareness, because you have that understanding, you can recognize patterns. It's like you're able to put an end to it with this death energy. You're able to, like, not take it with you. It's like to end the cycle, to end that pattern. Like, people love that you know how to break the pattern. Yeah, you know how to change, you know how to embrace change, you know how to see change as a very helpful, powerful tool in becoming who you really want to become, or becoming more authentic. We do have the 8 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So I will say, people love that you know when to take a break, okay? It's like, I feel like you are somebody who could get really bored, which everybody gets bored, right? We all get bored all the time, but it's almost like, I'm getting this energy of, like, people love that you just don't work yourself to death. I don't know, there's something here where it's like you could be anti-capitalistic, you know, where it's just like, I am not gonna break my back for money that at the end of the day I'm, you know, like with statistics of like how long it actually takes people to get out of poverty and this and that, it's like, you know, I'm not going to sit here and break my back for a job that doesn't even care about me. You know, a job that doesn't really want to even be paying me, really. You know, if those selfish people could keep their money and not pay me, or pay me less, they would do it. They would 100% do it. So I just feel like you are somebody who, like, with the white rabbit, it's like you're not going to chase that rabbit. You know, you're going to kind of like, you're going to focus on what's important to you. Not just like what a job tells you should be important. Okay, let's go ahead and get a closing message here. What's a message from spirits, please? Ooh, we have inner child. And I was picking up on some of that energy because of the Alice. My middle name is actually Alice. One of my middle names. So, you know, I do resonate with, well, I just love Alice in Wonderland. I do love that movie. The story. But yeah, inner child, like I was connecting to that because it's like you would much rather like make sure that your inner child is happy before you make sure that your boss is happy. like that's what I was getting. Okay, so it says, nurture your inner child and begin to express the awesome beauty you hold within you. We live in a world where a formula exists for everything, yet love and creativity have no formula. They do not need to be studied, simply nurtured. Regularly set aside some time to just play. So Spirit wants you to kind of be a bit more playful. I feel like you went through like a big kind of shift, maybe even recently, and it's like you feel like you kind of are still shedding some like skin or like layers of this past life, this old version of yourself. But it's like, don't forget to like carry that inner child with you. Like, I don't know, it felt really good at the beginning of the reading to like connect back to my childhood of like that character from the Three Musketeers. Like, I love that movie so much. I was so obsessed. I would play the like little DS video game, you know what I mean? So it's like, connect with that. Connect with with that inner child, because like, I don't know, I feel like for you, for me, it's like, that's what's important. That's what's really important. It's like making that inner child happy. Yep. Yeah, like I just feel like you're very nurturing. Like you could really be a very generous, giving partner, but just remember to like pour that nurturing energy into yourself as well, of course. So yes, I'm gonna leave it at that. Pile number 4s. This was fun. I hope that the message resonated for you. Till next time, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. Bye.